Tonight, the quest for an individual state championship begins. It's the District 29 Finals from Gloucester County College. With John Vogening, I'm John Mondelli, and Voge. Tonight, it's the beginning of 3 long weeks.
Absolutely. 1, 2, and 3 from this tournament go on to the next level, the regional tournament. 1, 2, and 3 from the regional tournament go on to the state tournament in Atlantic City. But tonight it starts.
And a lot of balance. I know there's a lot of schools represented in the finals tonight. We're going to see wrestlers from Gateway, from Gloucester Catholic, from Clayton. They have wrestlers in the finals. Paulsborough's bringing in 9, but you have nice representation from West Deptford, which is 6, Clearview 5, Pittman 3, and Deptford 2.
Yes, and I think that shows the balance throughout South Jersey. There are no teams that are really taking the lead and standing out. A lot of parity developing, but of course in this tournament, depth counts, and that's why Paulsboro is in first place going into the finals with a sizable lead because 13 out of 14 wrestlers have gained points for them.
Well, it seems like every year we have somebody going for their 4th title. That's not going to happen this year. We have 6 going for their 2nd. Drew Spector from West Deptford going for his 3rd.
Yeah, and that's quite an achievement too. In order to win 3 district titles, that means you have to have had success early in your career. And Drew has proven that over the last couple of years. So if he wins tonight, 3rd district title, that's elite territory.
Okay, a big night ahead. Voge is going to go over and we're going to get ready for our Coach of the Year and then the introduction of the wrestlers. All that coming up next here on the Gloucester County Educational Network. Now to Steve Anashevsky, the PA announcer for tonight's
His opponent
matches.
is seated first. He's a sophomore with a record of 28-5 this year. 28-8 in his career from Paulsboro, John Gentile. At 112 pounds, the number 2 seed in this weight class. A sophomore from West Deptford and the returning District 29 champion. He's 26-3 this year, 51-8 for his career, Tyler Kaminsky. His opponent is a freshman and seeded number 1. He's 32-1 this year, from Clearview, John Van Brill. At 119 pounds, he's a number 1 seed in this weight class. A junior from West Deptford, 23-6 this year, 37-17 in his career. He placed 3rd in District 29 last year, Evan Zuzalak. His opponent is a freshman and seeded number 2. His record, 21-8 this year, from Paulsboro, Juan Rivera. At 125 pounds, a sophomore with a 28-5 record this year, 39-16 in his career, from Deptford, Aaron Kamelsky. His opponent is a senior. He's 20-4 this year. He's 48-8 in his career. He was 1st in District 30 and 4th in Region 8 in 2008. The number 1 seed from Paulsboro, Dante Scott. At 130 pounds, the number 2 seed, a senior with a 22-4 record and 57-21 in his career, from Deptford, Paul Bachman. His opponent is seeded number 1. He's a senior, 25-7 this year, 39-19 in his career. He was 4th in District 29 last year, from West Deptford, Josh Giuliano. At 135 pounds, the number 3 seed, a sophomore from Gloucester Catholic, 20-7 this year, 55-29 his career, Paul Kohler. His opponent is seated first. A junior, 29-3 this year, 70-16 in his career, a district runner-up last year from Clearview, Dan Cornu. At 140 pounds. The number 2 seed, a junior from Pittman, 21-9 this year, 51-28 in his career, from Pittman, Taylor McElvain. His opponent is seated first, a senior, 28-2 this year, 98-22 in his career, a 2-time District 29 champion, 3rd in the districts as a freshman. He placed 4th in Region 8 the last 2 seasons. From West Deptford, Drew Spector. At 145 pounds, the number 2 seed, a junior, 21-8 this year, 46-36 in his career. He placed 3rd in District 29 last year. From Clearview, George Skabinski. His opponent is seated 4th, a senior, 16-5 this year, 32-25 in his career, a District 29 runner-up last year, and 3rd in 2009. From Paulsboro, Tyree Ellis. At 152, the number 2 seed, a senior, 26-4 this year, 52-22 in his career. He placed 4th in District 29 last year. From West Deptford, James Shields. His opponent is a senior, 23-9 this year, 103-42 in his career, a 3-time District 29 finalist and returning champion from 2010. He placed 2nd in Region 8 the last 2 seasons. From Paulsboro High School, Daimir Repa. At 160 pounds, a sophomore, 15-2 this year, 43-10 in his career, a District 32 champion last year, and he also placed 4th in Region 8 at 152 pounds. From Clearview, Connor Donahue. His opponent is a senior, 27-6 this year, 85-46 in his career. He's a returning District 29 champion. He was 3rd in 2009. From Paulsboro, Anthony Dawson. At 171 pounds, the number 3 seed, a sophomore, 22-7 this year, 30-12 in his career. From West Deptford, Rory Bonner. His opponent is a senior and seated first. 28-6 this year, 89-48 in his career. He was 3rd in District 29 last year and also as a sophomore. He was also a region runner-up last year at 160 pounds. From Paulsboro High School, Matt Cosgrove. At 189 pounds, the number 2 seed, a sophomore, 29-3 this year, 51-12 in his career. He placed 3rd in District 29 last year. From Pittman, Will Chaffee. His opponent is a junior and the number 1 seed in this weight class, 28-3 this year, 42-24 in his career. He placed 3rd in District 29 in 2009 as a freshman. From Paulsboro, Eric McMullen. at 215 pounds. The number 2 seed, a junior, 27-6 this year, 43-28 in his career, from Pittman, Curtis Nealer. His opponent is seated first, a senior, 32-1 this year, 60-22 in his career. He placed 3rd in District 29 the last 2 years, and he also placed 3rd at 285 in Region 8 last year. From Clearview, Dan Garwood. At 285 pounds, a senior and a junior and a number 1 seed in this weight class. 28-1 this year, 62-20 his career. He was a District 29 runner-up last year in this weight class. From Clayton High School, Tom Romaner. His opponent is a senior and seeded number 2. He's 27-6 this year, 88-26 in his career. He is the defending District 29 champion at this weight class, and he placed 2nd in Region 8 at 285 last year. From Paulsboro, Nick Curl. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you will,
and we're going to take a
please
break. We'll
rise.
be back after this timeout. And welcome back to Gloucester County College with John Bojaning, John Mondoli. We're getting ready for 103 pounds voted. Interesting, they drew 103 out of the hat.
Amazing. Yeah. Of course, I'm in favor of starting from 103 to begin with.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh, how about that? Anyway, 103 pounds. We have John Gentile of Paulsboro and Alex Eastlack from Gateway.
Whose father is a graduate of Paulsboro.
Figured you just throw that in.
You'll notice there are 2 officials working each match. And the official on the mat is Scott Jenkins, working in charge. His assistant is Mike Williams.
Gentile 28-5. He is a sophomore. Eastlack a freshman.
And they met earlier this year.
28-4. Yeah, I think it was 9-0 Gentile in that dual meet.
Gentile's had a great tournament so far. He opened up with a 31-second fall over Storm Perez of Deptford. Followed that up with a 151 fall over Dustin Zuzulak of West Deptford. Eastlack, the number 2 seed, opened up with a 330 fall over Dan Lesh of Pittman, and then followed that up with a 10-0 major decision over Jason Skidmore of Clayton.
Potentially dangerous. 2-0 lead, Gentile.
Dustin Zuzulak won 13-11 in overtime to claim 3rd place and qualify for the Region 8 tournament. Very exciting match.
Couple in the consolations vote.
There were overtimes. There were last-second wins. Great competition.
I know.
And of course, when you wrestle somebody more than once in a season, the other wrestler knows pretty much your plan of attack. So you have to try and maybe sometimes, oh my. Oh brother, just got over too far. Oh my. Oh brother. Oh my. Scott Jenkins taking a long look inside to see if he sees the blades down. Oh my. Gentile relentless with that move. Got the half in deep.
There's the pin.
Got the fall. 1 minute, 51 seconds.
First title for Gentile.
First title for Gentile in the 364th District Championship. Here's Gentile on top, prying him over, driving that half deep. When he gets him over, He's going to try, and you see he's reached through and grabbed the other wrist. He's just going to try and use his body weight to keep him down. Eastlack did a great job.
Gentile also got the big pin for Paulsboro against Haddonfield in the South Jersey Group 1 final. He's a pinner.
And he's just improved leaps and bounds all season.
Tyler Kaminsky for West Deptford. He was a champ last year in District 29, but an unbelievable freshman votes John Van Brill of Clearview.
Oh, I'm telling you, this Van Brill is one to watch very carefully. He's got a great career ahead of him. Years ago, there were Van Brill brothers at Gateway, Bobby Van Brill and Hans Van Brill, and this is
Mike's son, I think.
This is Mike's son. Mike was one of the brothers, and so Hans and Robert, who we call Chico, are uncles. Before it's all said and done, this Van Brill has an opportunity to be a state place winner. Van Brill this year has a 32-1 record. His only loss was to John Henley of Delsey in the semifinals of the Tri-County Conference Tournament. 24 wins by a fall this year. What a great start to what is a promising career, 32-1. Kaminsky, as you mentioned, a district champion last year, 26-3 this year with losses to Hackettstown, already lost to Van Brill, and he lost to Klaus of Haddonfield.
2-0 lead, Van Brill.
In the consolation bout, Mike Zold, who got beat by Kaminsky 8-3 in the semifinals, came back in the consolation and won by major decision 10-1 over John Lado of Gloucester. So Zold, one of 13 wrestlers that Paulsboro is going to take to the Region 8 tournament. (51-8), a career record for Tyler Kaminsky.
Period ends, 2-0 lead.
And we'll be updating the number that a district champion has registered at the respective schools. Clearview's had 26 district champions in the past, the first one being Ken Goldie back in 1973, and Mike Clancy the same year. Goldie at 115 pounds, Clancy at 136 pounds. Nice tilt by Van Brill. Oh, my.
Wow.
And that's tough to pin that way. That was Mike Williams, the referee. The assistant referee was Ron Roberts.
2 pins early so far in the finals.
2 minutes and 12 seconds, the time of that fall. And that's tough to do. Van Brill pinned his way through that weight class. In the first bout, he had a 102 fall against Jadesi Robinson of Clayton. In the semifinals, a 509 fall against John Lado of Gloucester, and now a 212 fall. So he pinned his way through the tournament.
Just keep that in the back of your head, Voge. There's the PA announcer, Steve Anashevsky, taking over the duties for you.
Also, the tournament director has done a great job the last couple days. As you say, the medal presentation's going for 103. Third place was Dustin Zuzulak of West Deptford. Second place, John Eastlack of Gateway. And the champion, a sophomore from Paulsboro, with a very promising career in front of him, John Gentile. Making the presentation, the Board of Education president from Paulsboro, Sharon Downs Thomas.
And Gentile never had to cut weight for 103 votes.
No,
so
no. And he's still not cutting weight.
That bodes well next year. Of course, you could have those growth spurts. You never know.
Well, and he's got a younger brother coming up who promises to be just as good.
Watch this pin, Voj. You said it's hard to pin this way.
Yeah, this is a tilt. Now, of course, you know, people got to remember it goes from the shoulder blades right on through the back. So the call there is because his back is exposed and down there for at least 2 seconds and gets the fall call. Pretty tough to do.
You see the expression on Van Bull's face, a little surprised.
Yes.
119, Voj, Evan Zuzulak of West Deptford and Juan Rivera of Paulsboro.
Evan Zuzulak, the number 1 seed, he advanced with an 11-second pin over Ben Lesh of Pittman in the first round. A 119 fall over Ray Fagenbutz of Deptford in the semifinals. Rivera, freshman, a 118 fall in the first round against Andre Sujansky of Gloucester, and a 7-5 win over Chris Norris of Gateway in the semifinals.
These two wrestlers met in a dual meet with Zuzulak winning 6-5.
Yeah, and the most memorable thing in that dual meet was that Rivera got in deep a couple of times on takedown shots and dragged his ankle, and Zuzulak was able to grab that ankle to prevent the takedown. Chris Norris came back to take 3rd place in this weight class with a 5-0 win over Ray Fagenbutz. So Norris has earned a trip to the Region 8 tournament.
Zuzulak last year 3rd in District 29. Also runs cross country, which usually means they're in pretty good shape.
Especially for the lighter weights, it's a good deal to be involved in cross country. Sometimes you can get hurt in football if you're a lighter weight, but expanding those lungs, very, very important in wrestling. Of course, in the Paulsboro corner, Paul Marina and Dean Duca, and in the West Deptford corner, John Craig, the head coach. Dan Layton, the assistant. Hard to see that far from me. Is that a bad sign?
Yeah, it's a sign of old age, folks.
Even though Rivera had 8 losses this year, a lot of them were very, very close losses or quality losses. Rivera lost to wrestler from Oak Crest, a wrestler from High Point, wrestler from Cranford, from Lime Mountain. That was over in that Escape the Rock tournament at Council Rock.
Well, they both lost to Arroyo from Oak Crest.
Yep.
One of West Deptford Zuzulak's losses is to Ward of Buna, and he's the real deal.
Oh, he is. He is. Look for him to be deep in the Region 8 finals.
Rivera starts on the bottom, period number 2, no score. First point's important. Caution.
Other losses for Rivera were to Phillipsburg and to Roselle Park in the playoffs.
1-0 Rivera.
On the escape.
Kind of a quiet crowd so far, though.
So far, you know, the excitement built in the semifinals. There was a lot of hooting and hollering and screaming. See if Rivera learned from his first matchup with Zuzulak. You know, wrestling is a tough one-on-one sport, and if you can learn from your mistakes, you can usually excel in this sport. There again, Rivera going for the near side cradle. He's got to get the takedown first. Zuzulak has enough mat savvy to get out of bounds.
Both wrestlers back next year, freshman Rivera. Zuzulak just a junior.
Barring any growth spurts, they'll be destined to meet again. And of course, Paulsboro is doing very well in this tournament, but people have to remember from 152 pounds on up, they have one returning letterman and that's Eric McMullen, who we'll see later at 189 pounds. They're going to have to come up with some upper weights for next year to stay competitive.
Rivera in on the shot.
And again, I see Zuzulak reach back and grab that right leg. That's blocking any attempt that Rivera has of trying to get around to get a takedown. Nothing yet. This is Ron Roberts, the referee in the match.
Zuzulak looking for a takedown. If he can get control.
Buddy Treen is the assistant. Nothing yet. Never had control before they went out of bounds. Good call.
So you see the clock. 3.9. We'll go to the third, 1-0. Zuzulak, I'm sure, will take bottom here.
And of course, with Rivera scoring the first point in the match, that becomes very, very important if they were ever to go to the tiebreaker. Rivera has to develop a good ride here, and if the opportunity presents itself, try to get back points. And of course, he can't stay parallel real long because that's if you don't get out to the side and use some kind of a pinning combination, that could be construed as stalling. Oh my.
Yeah, tie match now, 1-1 on the escape.
And I think what Rivera was thinking there was to tie the upper body up and maybe roll through and try and get a tilt. Against the experience of Zuzulak, that's pretty difficult to do. Oh my.
Zuzulak's going to get the takedown.
And experience. Great experience.
Under a minute left. Zuzulak with the 3-1 lead.
Once Zuzulak got the legs in and they stood up on the mat, you had to break it for potentially dangerous. But that was experience, complete experience on Zuzulak's part.
Top 2 seeds in this weight class.
Gotta watch the spladle. Gotta watch the spladle. Rivera gets out of it, but he's still in trouble. Clock his biggest enemy.
34 seconds, another potentially dangerous.
And of course, the wrestlers who finished second and third here advance to Region 8 and have to wrestle on Tuesday night, first round at Region 8. Rivera trying to Granby ahead and he gets the escape, but he's only got 25 seconds to try and get a takedown. Again, he gets in on a single leg, but he's got to work his way around.
And Zuzulak holds on under 12 seconds left. He has a 3-2 lead.
That's the experience.
And he has not been hit with stalling yet. We're going to have an injury time.
Well, we saw.
Why are they booing, Fred?
Well,
Coach?
You shouldn't. You should. You know, these guys can get hurt out there, and he can down pretty hard on his head and shoulders. I think a lot of the polls where people remember what happened at Haddonfield in the South Jersey Group 1 Finals, where 3 or 4 consecutive wrestlers were taking asthma treatments from the same bottle, which kind of was suspicious.
I missed that.
Every time they had those injury timeouts, well, you were there with me.
Yes, I was.
It was the same asthma bottle. And Zuzulak can afford to be defensive here because he has the lead.
And he's going to hold on and win a title. Final score 3-1, Zuzulak.
Time ran out. 3-2 3-2, the final score, favor of Zuzulak.
So they wrestled a couple times, a couple tight matches.
I think it was a 1-point match when they met in the regular season. 6-5 or something like that.
That would be correct.
That was West Deptford's 82nd district championship. And Zuzulak, of course, repeated as a district champion. No, he didn't.
No, he finished third last year.
Third last year, I'm sorry. Of course, that's a long history of district champions for West Deptford. Started back in 1963 by Mike Rich.
West Deptford, Tyler
Here we see the place winners at 112.
112.
And the 2011 District
Mike Zold finished third for Paulsboro.
at 112.
Second place was Tyler Kaminsky from West Deptford, and the champion, John Van Brill, who everyone's going to hear a lot about down the road. There's Kaminsky getting up in the stand. John Van Brill at the top of the stand.
125, Bodes, Dante Scott of Paulsboro, Aaron Kometsky.
Mentioning the West Deptford champion started back in 1963 with Mike Rich. And of course in 64, Frankie Pulio, who went on to become a state champion.
Now what's interesting, Bodes, on the sheet that you gave me, the bracket sheet, Kometsky's name spelled different than the one that the coaches filled out.
Oh my.
So we have KOL on the coaches sheet, KAL on the program. Let's go with the bracket sheet, I guess, for now.
Yep. This is Dante Scott, the number 1 seed. He won his first bout by forfeit. Oh my. Upper body throw, land out of bounds. Second bout he wrestled, he went 150 with Devon Causey of Gloucester. There's a takedown for Scott.
Scott was going back, what, Birch? 25, 30, sometimes 35 during the season, or no?
Scott? Yeah, he went this is 25 here. He went 30, 35. Aaron Kamensky got here with a 143 fall over Tyler Covey of Gateway in his first match, and then beat Robbie Whitman, the number 3 seed, 7-0 in the second match. Whitman wrestled for his third place and won 9-2 over Causey.
Scott looks good at 125, though. Looks like the right weight for him.
It is. It is. Buddy Treen is the official in charge on the mat. Scott Jenkins, the assistant in this match.
Scott only has 2 losses in New Jersey, Boats. Both came at the end, close matches. Hatzel of Collingswood 5-4 and Hoover Haddon Township 5-4.
Both wrestlers you'll see place in their districts. Hoover, I think, was a 1-point loss.
They're both by 4 matches.
Yeah. Dante Scott looked exceptionally good in the Council Rock tournament. Finished third in that tournament. He wrestled some really good wrestlers and had some excellent moves.
It's funny, he lost his very first match for Paulsboro against Lower Cape May. He was pinned.
Yes, and Spladle.
And the Council Rock tournament lost 6-2, and we talked about the 2 5-4 matches. Kometsky, another one who runs cross country, also plays baseball at Deptford.
Paul Marina and Dean Duca, veterans in the corner for Paulsboro. Joe Hollywood, the veteran in the corner for Deptford. Oh my.
Not enough time for a pin. Get some back points, 3 back points, 5-0 lead after 1 for Scott.
Please report the awards area.
Scott likes being on his feet. Has some lightning moves sometimes on his feet. When he finishes his moves, he really looks good. And likes the upper body throws too. Take down and puts the man right on his back. If he winds it up, he's definitely going to get back points. Tried to reach you for the half. Good job by Kametsky. to roll through that.
3 more back. 10-0.
And the escape.
10-1. It's getting to that point, Votes, where there's not many guppies.
No. You get this far in these tournaments, nothing but sharks upstream. Guppies don't go that far.
Again,
oh
Votes.
my, another upper body throw.
This gets the 2. No back points.
Been holding there long enough. Yeah, the competition each week now is going to get stronger and stronger.
12-2, another escape.
Come out of this district as a champion, that doesn't mean you have an easy road in the next level. I think one of the top 25 pounders in the
O'Brien, right?
state, Coley O'Brien from Ocean City, is going to be in the regional tournament.
Looked like a little extra shove there by Scott.
It did, and you got to be careful because that can be unsportsmanlike conduct, and if you do it the wrong way, it can be flagrant, and you could be disqualified. So you have to operate under control out there.
Scott won a district title his freshman year at Lindenwold High School.
Won a district title, and then I believe he placed in the region.
4th.
Of course, Nick Marina, who did the sheets for us, as you see another takedown, did not have access to that. And then he moved away, went to Virginia for a couple of years. Mother moved back into Paulsboro this year, and Dante Scott was eligible right away.
We're going to third period. It's a 14-2 lead. Joe Hollywood, the coach over at Deptford. Remember being at Jadwin Gym, Votes. Joe Hollywood won his state title.
Yep, and it was
blood time.
Was an exciting wrestler for Deptford Township as well.
Yeah, look around this gym tonight. I don't know if you noticed, we had Mark White from Gateway, who was a state runner-up. He's here. Zach Greenwald won a state title from Paulsboro. He's here tonight. Billy Gibbs, remember Billy Gibbs? He's here tonight, state champion out of Clearview.
Pushing a baby carriage.
Absolutely.
So he's going to roll
6-month-old baby girl.
Well, I guess he won't be enrolling her at Paulsboro then because they don't have girls wrestling.
Well, but, it's got to be somebody. He's talking already about having her wrestle. We saw the controversy out in the Midwest, folks.
Yep. Yeah, I will wrestler.
Religious beliefs.
Religious beliefs. And, of course, this afternoon, Brett Motter was here.
Well, I did see him.
Brett
I did see him. Came up into the Paulsboro crowd, I think.
Yeah. Former state champion from Delray in the high school.
National champion.
National champion for the University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it was the first one in South Jersey in a long time until Jordan Burroughs.
Yes. Who will be on display over at the, the Wells Fargo Center?
Wells Fargo Center. Yeah, Vogt, you don't get to do your long road trip now.
No.
You like staying at a hotel in Philly, or are you going to come home?
No, we're staying over.
Oh, are you staying over? Unbelievable.
That's Howie O'Neill's setup.
Of course, Howie O'Neill, who's what? What's his title with the NJSIAA?
He's in charge of the wrestling. He replaced Bob Frederick.
And he's sitting at the table with the officials right now, dead center. Howie O'Neill, hip replacement, was it? He's with a cane. So
yes, hip replacement, but getting stronger every day. There he is, sitting there.
Wishing him a speedy recovery.
Yep.
Right behind him is Mark Vogeting, his son.
Who has lost 90-some pounds so far.
Looking good. I had a chance to talk to him again today. Ron Roberts, one of the officials, right next to Howie O'Neill.
Great wrestler at Buna Regional High School in his scholastic days. Marvin Hamilton to Mark's right.
There you see Kamensky getting his head taped, blood coming from the head.
Yep.
It's a rough sport, Boge.
Yes, it is. It's not for pansies. And of course, the trainer, Christopher Metzger, the Paulsboro trainer, has been very, very busy in this tournament. A lot of blood timeouts. And of course, blood timeouts, you get as much as 5 minutes to get that corrected.
They stopped the clock, I guess. So here we go.
Third period, 14-2.
Scott escapes and gets a takedown. This match is over.
That is correct. And would be bonus points as well.
Non-stop off the whistle.
Pretty interesting. We didn't have a chance to talk about the coach from Clearview when Van Brill was out there because Van Brill didn't give us a chance.
Well, they're going to be out there 3 more times. We'll get a chance to talk about him a little bit later. Did a great job with Clearview. Clearview's got, you know, the thing about wrestling we talk about all the time. There's the two. We got
there's the takedown.
Yep, and that's 17-2.
That is a tech fall. 4 minutes and 34 seconds.
Getting back to Clearview votes, but we talked about that. You know, nowadays with 14 weight classes, 4 really good wrestlers just doesn't do it. You need tons of balance. They have more than 4. Because you know they have all that with Eastern. They had how many really great wrestlers last year? 6.
Yes.
And you need 14.
Yeah, and didn't do a thing. 119-pound wrestlers, medalists. Chris Norris from Gateway finished 3rd. There was a step for the future. Juan Rivera stepping on the top step for a second. But the champion is number 1 seed, Evan Zuzulak of West Deptford.
Nice job by Zuzulak, beating Rivera twice this year. Finished 3rd last year. And when you get a taste of it like Zuzulak did last year, you know, obviously you don't want to settle for anything but the top prize.
And you know what you have to do to win a district title. And Rivera got a taste of it this year. He knows how hard it is.
We go to 130. Josh Giuliano from West Deptford, Paul Bachman from Deptford.
Right, and the CD media tonight, I was corrected on the pronunciation. It's Giuliano. Josh Giuliano of West Deptford, a senior, 25-7 this year. His opponent, Paul Bachman of Deptford, also a senior, 22-4 this year. Giuliano got to this point with a 5-0 win over Stephen Snow of Clearview and followed that up with a 6-4 win over Anthony Bennett of Paulsboro. Bachman, a technical fall in his first bout against Dan LaLuke of Gloucester, and an 8-1 win over Patrick Canarney of Pittman in the semifinals. And then Bennett beat Canarney 4-2 in overtime during a trip to Egg Harbor Township.
Bachman with a takedown, 2-0 lead. Second straight Deptford wrestler out there.
Both seniors. Bachman hoping to go on to Rider University. Giuliano is looking to maybe move on to Gloucester County College and get involved in criminal justice. Scott Jenkins, the official in charge. Mike Williams, the assistant. Request already from 2 of the officials to get a DVD of this competition.
No problem, $20 a copy. Just keep breaking in the money. Here's another takedown and a 4-1 lead for Bachman. He's trying to get some back points right here.
Got a little bit of a spladle.
Got a 2 count. He gets 2 points.
But he wants to keep control there. He doesn't want to give up points back. There's the back points being
now 6-1
offered.
How the crowd's been, Boach, Friday night?
They're really good. They've been very good.
What a start neutral to start the second period.
Got to start where you're comfortable. If you're comfortable on your feet, that's what you want to do, and it's your choice.
When you look at Deptford, you think Hollywood, you think Vallejo. Anthony Rislow had a nice career at Deptford High School. I saw him earlier.
Some great names from the past when you talk about Deptford district champions. Rich Bundy, the first district champion back in 1962, followed by Alan Dankel, who passed away recently. So 98-pound state district champion in 1968. And of course, as you mentioned, John Vallejo and Jerry Vallejo, outstanding wrestlers. John and Jerry, district champions in the same district on 2 occasions. Jerry Vallejo, of course, a 4-time district champion.
Of course, Rob Loeffler, folks, who graduated last year, was a 3-time district champ for Deptford, winning in 2008, 2009, and 2010.
Yep. And that was Rob Loeffler, and of course, earlier, back in the old days, Dan Loeffler was
Another takedown, 8-1.
district champion.
And 2 back points, 10-1.
Bachman doing a number on the #1 seed. Number 2 beating up on number 1.
Seems like he's putting it in overdrive, Boach.
Looks very strong out there.
It's a joke. Oh, Bachman, Turner, overdrive.
You're working too hard at GCIT.
Yeah. Time winding down here in the second. Bachman in complete control.
Oh my, look at that. Boy, he sees that possibility of a spladle there, and he reaches right through. (10-1), a sizable lead.
Seeding looked like it worked out pretty well too. We had 13 of the 14 #1 seeds advance to the final.
Yes. And they used that new format this year too. The format that's used currently in the Region 8 tournament, all the regional tournaments, and the state tournament, where all the coaches walked into the seeding meeting the other night, and there were the pre-seeds in each weight class. Now you could challenge this year, and there were a couple challenges, and it helped move a wrestler up a spot, stalemate called. But for the first time of using that, it certainly helped speed up the seeding meeting, and has proven to be very accurate.
Your take on Bachman, because we don't get a chance to see Deptford that much.
I'm very impressed.
Finished second last year.
Yeah. Of course, his wins to get this far, a technical fall and an 8-1 win.
Going to get some more back points, it looks like.
Yeah, were more impressive than Giuliano's 5-0 and 6-4.
2 back, it's now 12-1. And under a minute left here in the third.
Bachman very journeyman-like out there. Nothing flashy, just total control.
So with those 2 back, 12-1, he's close to tech fall territory. Only 38 seconds though.
Yeah, I think he's going to run out of time. But very impressive.
Going to get more back points here. That will vote. 2 more, it's 14-1, so he can do it one more time.
Clock's his biggest enemy now.
Trying to crank it. He's going to run out of room on the mat.
Yes. Had the right thoughts, but he's going to run out of mat space.
I saw both wrestlers at one point take a peek at the clock, and Paul Bachman of Deptford picks up his first district title.
And a late escape. Bachman let him go, so 14-2 the final score. Very impressive performance by Paul Bachman.
We'll go see the award winners.
There's Bachman running to the side of the mat, and I'm sure it's his mom and dad. Third place at 125 pounds, Robbie Whitman from Clearview. The runner-up,
From Deptford, Aaron Kamelski.
Deptford High School's Aaron Kalmetsky,
District 29 champion.
and a district champion for the second time, first time here in District 29,
High school career district
Dante
champion
Scott.
From Paulsboro, Dante Scott.
Get ready for 135. Here's our representative from Gloucester Catholic, Paul Kohler, who had a nice win, Vogue, over Knauer in the semifinals. Hung on there at the end, and Dan Cornu made some noise last year at Clearview, finished second last year in the districts, trying to come up with a title. He's the #1 seed and the favorite at this weight class. Kohler going right in after him, though, Vogue.
Kohler got this far by winning 12-5 against Anthony Colafranson of Gateway. Then he won a very tight match over Nick Knauer of Paulsboro in the semifinals, 5-4. Cornu, a 3:43 fall over Joe Pete of Gloucester in the opening match, and a 3:12 fall over Kyle Fletcher of Clayton in the semifinals.
Another donation of Paulsboro.
Didn't hit that 50-50 again, huh?
No, I did not, Vogue. You look at the losses for Cornu. Kurt Delia, Lano from Southern, and Hoover from Haddon Township.
Pretty impressive. There's some pretty impressive wrestlers there. Nick Knauer came back against Fletcher in the consolation bout and won by fall in 5:20 to earn a trip to Egg Harbor Township.
And he's got a 2-0 lead and trying to get more.
Cornu very strong on the mat. Already have one district champion tonight. And coming into this district, I thought they were capable of getting 4 district champions.
Again, the district champion number 576-413.
Cornu, a district runner-up last year. 70 wins in his career entering this bout.
And there's the escape, but just under 40 seconds left. 2-1 lead for Cornu. But he's right back in on that leg, Vogue.
Oh, that's what you have to do. Establish control out there. Kohler with a 55-29 record.
Stalemate.
Entering this.
Talked about coaches, but look at that coach. Look over at the Clearview side. You see Thomas Setti from Washington, who was a state champion at Washington Township, and the head coach Keith Moreland. Look at that impressive resume.
Keith Moreland, the Clearview Regional head coach.
He's the taller of the two.
Taller of the two. 29-14 his high school career, but he actually went to Webster City, Iowa, where he was 75-8. 4th, 2nd, and 2nd in individual championships. Went to the University of Iowa and wrestled for Dan Gable.
The Big Ten champ, too.
Yep. NCAA runner-up. 68-18 his collegiate career. Jesse Eisenhart, one of the assistants as well, very good wrestler in his day, and Thomas Eddy, as you mentioned.
And Chris Quartella, who we saw in this tournament before, and his brother Mark.
Some outstanding names there.
Kohler taking a shot. I guess at this point Kohler thinks, he's the underdog. What do you got to lose? You're already gone. He knows he's already going to advance.
And Kohler and Cornu both played football. Kohler, the captain of the Gloucester Catholic team.
Did not get the takedown. Goes to the second, 2-1. Jeffrey Wade, Boge, head coach at Gloucester Catholic, former wrestler at Woodbury, where he won 67 matches in his career.
And Jeff Wade, of course, is taking over for Bill Lucas,
Who is the assistant.
Who is now the assistant. I asked Bill how that happened. He said about halfway through the year, his job responsibilities became more demanding, so Jeff Wade was helping him. He turned the head team over to Jeff Wade.
See caution on Gloucester Catholics.
Bill Lucas, been around a long time. Of course, he and his brother Chuck, who's the coach at Gateway, former outstanding wrestlers in their own right.
Fuller's got to bring him right back down to the mat. He's got to watch.
Just going to say, you're very, very close there to getting called for a stall. Mike Williams, the official in charge. Ron Roberts, the assistant. Here again, you got to bring him to the mat. And he's trying to, so you can't give in my opinion, a stall call when the bottom man's trying like the devil to get out and you're following him and trying to trip him. If he stands up and you don't make any attempt to get him to the mat, then I think you have a stall.
And then if you escape for Cornu, he's up 3-1.
Oh my.
Fuller couldn't finish it. He could try to spin around. Cornu did a nice job. He's going to end up getting a takedown. He can pop his head. There he goes, 5-1.
Very methodical job on top by Cornu.
Missing my stat book. Oh, it's over there, man. That was my cheat sheet for the opening. I wonder, I've been looking for it for the last 6 matches. Derby with 5 in the final.
And before the tournament started, I felt that Clearview had a chance of winning 4 titles. They've won 1 already, and they're leading in this one. I think they're heavily favored at 215.
Oh, absolutely. We'll see.
Caution.
Time on Cornu.
Oh my.
Tried to get him right to his back on that one.
Yes. Yes.
It's going to get his back.
Tried to turk the leg going down. If you turk the leg, you're going to end up with back points.
Looking at 2 back points right now.
Yes, Cornu looks very strong out there.
There it is.
Very
7-1.
strong. More back exposure. Oh my. Cornu's like that shark that smells blood now.
He's going to finish it off right here, Boge.
Brother.
He's close. Plenty of time.
Oh my.
There it is.
There it is. 450.
135 pounds.
Time of the fall.
Clearview's Dan Cornu. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the awards at 130 pounds.
Check out the awards at 130.
130 pounds, the 3rd place wrestler, Anthony Bennett of Fallsboro, who won 4-2 in overtime over Patrick Pinardi of Pittman. The runner-up, number 1 seed, Josh Giuliano. And the champion, the number 2 seed from Deptford Township High School, Paul Bachman. Of course, anytime a wrestler in the finals wins by a pin, a tech fall, or a major, they pick up bonus points for their team.
Get ready for 140. It's Tyler McIlvain of Pittman and Drew Spector of West Deptford. Spector going for his 99th career win, Vogt.
98-22 coming into this. First in the district last year, first in the district the year before, and third his first year. Fourth in the region in the last 2 years. Spector 28-2 this year. Eric Hamrick, one of his losses, the Collingswood wrestler, who's very good.
That was a tight match. You remember last year, Vogt, we did that match, and that was a tight one. I think Spector won.
Yes. He's a senior and he'd like to wrestle next year. Wilkes, one of his possibilities. York, the other. McIlvain, Tyler, T-Y-L-O-R, a junior. 51 career wins coming into this match. 16 pins this year. And he enjoys track. Spector got this far with a 42-second fall over Alan Campbell of Clayton.
There's 2 for Spector. He's up 2-0.
Next, he won in 1 minute and 11 seconds over Mike Silvestro of Paulsboro. McIlvain, the number 2 seed, had a 125 fall against Ben Boyer of Gloucester in the opening round, and a 159 fall over Nico Zizifast of Gateway in the semifinals. So both these wrestlers have 2 consecutive pins coming into this round, into this match.
And through 6 weight classes so far, Paulsboro and Clearview each with 2 champs, West Deptford with 1 and Deptford with 1. Spector's got to be one of the front runners at 140 once we get to Region 8, which is in a new location.
Egg Harbor Township High School for the first time. Easiest way I can tell people to get there is to go down Route 322, like you're headed for Atlantic City. Get near where the old Atlantic City racetrack used to be and look for the English Creek Mall on the right, and you'll see English Creek Road. Make a right, drive back about 2.5 miles. It's on the left-hand side.
There we go. Look at that pick.
Oh, my.
Nice ankle pick. Trying to finish it. McIlvain doing a nice job there to fight that one off. And he's doing a nice job, Coach, hanging in this match to take down away from tying it.
Yep.
As long as you can stay in it.
And of course, both, as I mentioned, both wrestlers moved into the finals with a pair of pins each. Nice move. Nice move. Oh, my.
Look at Spector, though. Always in control, up, potentially dangerous.
Yep. Potentially dangerous because of the half Nelson in there. Tried to drive it. He was driving against the elbow, I think, and that's why Ron Roberts stopped it.
4-0. He did get the takedown, though.
Got the takedown and got back points, right?
Nah.
Then back. Oh,
back.
the first period takedown, yeah. He would have had back points if the potentially dangerous didn't stop it.
We're going to get back points here.
Oh, my.
2 more. It's now 6-0.
Spector now taking complete command. In this weight class, Mike Silvestro of Paulsboro beat ZZ Foss of Gateway.
Look at that, setting it up,
oh,
Coach.
my. Cradle possibility. Here it comes. He can pull him back. There's a cradle. Oh, my. Oh, brother. Great job by McIlvain fighting out of it.
9-0.
Spector, a mean green pinning machine. That rhymes a little bit, do you think?
Yeah. How long did you come up with that one?
Ever since I started watching wrestlers with green uniforms.
There you go. Although it was the days of you watching, like Buddy Rogers and Gorilla Monsoon. There was Spector looking to become a 3-time district champion tonight. And trying to place in the regions, 4th the last 2 years.
Yeah, and that doesn't get you to Atlantic City unless there's an injury or somebody pulls out. You have to place among the top 3 at Region 8 to get to Atlantic City. Of course, you're mentioning Gorilla Monsoon and gang, and who can forget pretty boy Larry Sharp.
Oh, somehow I know you had to throw Paulsboro into it.
Known as Larry Weil when he wrestled in high school. McIlvain doing his best to try and get out of trouble, but Spector with all the answers.
Whoa.
Oh my. All Bill Chiaffi can do in the corner. The Pittman coach is watch with a 12-0 lead. Spector in complete control.
John Craig, Vince Layton in the corner for West Deptford. Chiaffi's got 3 in the final, Voch, including his son.
Yes. Son will have his work cut out. There's Bill Chiaffi on the right. Spector showing no mercy now.
Trying to get a tech fall or pin.
Well, if he exposes the back again, gets a 3 count, he'll have a tech fall.
There we go. Let's see if he gets the count. He's looking up at the clock.
Yep.
Well, he's getting 2. Now he's going to try again. They ain't giving him the points yet, so he can.
Now he's got
the
it.
tech fall, and he lets him go. 15-0. How's that?
Wow. At 5 minutes and 49 seconds.
West Deptford's Drew Spector.
Very impressive performance by Spector. He wants to go beyond that 4th place in the regionals this year.
Yep, and he's a 3-time District 29 champ.
Congratulations, Drew Spector.
Matter of fact, his freshman year, Butch, I think he was at Holy Cross. He was at, I'm trying to think, District 26.
Here's the medalist at 135 pounds. 3rd place was Mike Silvestro of Paulsboro. The runner-up, Paul Kohler of Gloucester Catholic, who beat Silvestro by a point. And Dan Cornu of Clearview Regional, the champion.
So Paulsboro, Clearview, West Deptford each with 2 champs. Deptford with 1 through 7. Halfway done. And we go to 145, Voch. Tyree Ellis, Paulsboro, and Joris Skabinski. Who, by the way, had the most entertaining match in the semifinals.
The 4-3 overtime match.
Didn't he get a takedown right at the buzzer?
Right at the buzzer. And Tyree Ellis, the number 4 seed, so he upset Daniel Eckley of West Deptford 7-3 to get to this point. Ellis won by fall in his first match against Russell Lee of Gloucester Catholic in 1:57. Won 7-3 against number 1 seed Eckley. Skabinski, the number 2 seed, won by a fall 3-18 over David Archambault of Gateway in the first match. And then that exciting 4-3 triple overtime win against Brett Carrero of Deptford, who came back and won over Eckley by fall to earn a trip to Atlantic City.
Ellis second and third his last 2 years. Skabinski finished third last year. There's a takedown, 2-0 lead for Ellis. Do you have last year's results by any chance, Coach? District? I'm not putting you throw you a curveball there, huh?
You're trying to.
You got everything. 2-1 with the escape. Ellis with the only takedown.
Skabinski, a junior, 21 wins this year. 11 wins by fall, 46 career wins. As you mentioned, third in the districts last year.
Last year, both wrestlers went at 135. Spector lost in the final to, Ellis lost to Spector, I should say, in the final at 135 last year, 4-0. And we talked about Skabinski finishing third with a 9-7 win in overtime.
Ellis, a senior, 32 career wins, second, as you mentioned, last year in the districts, third the year before.
Second period, Skabinski takes bottom. And he's up right away. Can he get out? Yep, and we're tied at 2.
And of course, that's one of the things that gets increasingly harder the further you go along the road. Get to Region 8. It's best to have some kind of a solid ride on top, because if you give up these escape points and somebody has a good takedown, you're going to be at a deficit.
Of course, Paulsboro was supposed to wrestle Clearview this year. I think it was snowed out. They could not reschedule.
That is correct. It was snowed out right before the Escape the Rock tournament at Council Rock. And Paulsboro had maximum number of weigh-ins throughout the rest of the season, so there was nowhere to put it. And of course, they lost the match early in the season, Islip, New York, when they decided not to come down for that opening weekend.
That was interesting, huh?
Yes.
I think how somehow Roberts was sitting down and still landed on Howie O'Neill.
Roberts trying to protect the
old guy,
state tournament director.
Skabinski with the head, see if he can work it.
Howie O'Neill, by the way, a very nice job at the state group championships in Toms River. Had all the workers lined up. And actually,
I took the day off once again. My phone did not ring to work that event.
And actually, O'Neill went out and got some donations to provide some food and water and soda for the workers, because that was cut out by the latest problems with the NJSAA and having to cut back on their budget.
Yeah. Understandable. I go to work, nobody buys me lunch, I have to buy my own. You guys should be responsible for your own meals.
They've also offered to take you out once or twice.
We go to the third 2-2 match. Ellis has his choice.
Yes, I'm sure he's going to go down. He's got to try and escape.
I stopped assuming that, Voach, because how many times this year did we see people take neutral?
Well, that's true.
I've even seen a guy take top this year.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it's not automatic anymore. You have to do what you feel is your strongest position.
Ellis with the upper hand because he is on bottom and he has the only takedown. So if he can get the escape, we'll have a 3-2 lead and he'd have to be taken down. Of course, he's got to get out.
Yep, and if I'm the coach, I got to tell Skabinski, hey, look, he got here by an upset. He's the number 4 seed. You're the number 2 seed. You've got nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to fear but fear itself.
Somewhere I heard that before. Name the president. Okay, here's the escape, 3-2. Now you're Skabinski. Go. You might as well go after Ellis.
Well, you got to go after Ellis because whether you lose 3-2 or 5-2, it makes no difference. And Ellis,
Skabinski, by the way, is the 2 seed.
Yes.
And Ellis is the 4 seed.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I'm saying. Ellis, that's why Skabinski's coach got to tell him, you got nothing to fear. He was the number 4 seed. You're the number 2.
Right.
You're supposed to win. Doesn't always work that way. But Ellis has to continue to be aggressive here. I don't think there have been any stall warnings so far, but.
And you remember, Skabinski, I think they reset with 5 seconds left in an overtime match in the semifinals, and he was down a point. So he got that takedown right at the end.
Yes.
And you know what? That was overtime. So obviously in great shape, works to the whistle. That was my favorite match this afternoon.
It was exciting. I had the people all standing up.
Stalling warning
against Ellis. So now he has to be aggressive with 34.9 seconds left. He can't back out, and he's got to mix it up. It'd be best to take a shot. Under 20 seconds left.
Got the legs now.
Well, and that's what Ellis has to do. He has to get in on the legs and take the shots because he has the stalling warning.
Skabinski's trying for that late takedown again. Can he pull off another miracle?
Oh, my.
Does he got it?
He's got it.
Second straight match. How about that? Well, he'd be the outstanding wrestler.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
2 great late wins by takedowns. And that one 4-3 in favor of Skabinski.
Well, that kid doesn't quit.
No, he doesn't. He wrestles right to the end.
I don't know criteria when people vote for outstanding wrestler, but
certainly got to be considered.
Let's go to the place winners votes at 140.
140 pounds. The 3rd place wrestler was Mike Silvestro of Paulsboro. 2nd place wrestler was Tyler McIlvain of Pittman. And the champion, Drew Spector of West Deptford. There you see him on the podium. Sharon Downs Thomas, the Paulsboro Board of Education president, making the presentations.
We get ready for 152.
For the championship at 152, from West England High School, James Shields.
Shields and Rapavoj.
James Shields, a senior, lost to C.J. Cobb this year. He lost to Jason Ruffman. He lost to Demir Rappa during the season. Very close match. And Harley Palos, and I'm not sure where he's from. 15 falls from Shields this year. 52 career wins, 4th in the district last year. Demir Rappa is senior, 23-9 this year, 103 career wins. A lot of losses, but some very impressive opponents. St. Peter's, Malvern Prep, Norristown, Pennsylvania. C.J. Cobb of Williamstown. Phil Bukakis of Hamilton. Eric Hamrick of Collingswood.
Dual meet Rappa won 6-1 Voj. The rest of began to January. January 31st was that dual meet.
And he's extremely good when he keeps his hips lowered. Sometimes Rappa will get excited out there and get a little bit high, and that's when he gets into trouble. Has a good duck under when he uses it. Oh my. Scott Jenkins got hurt going out of bounds trying to protect those wrestlers. Yeah, foot was stepped on. That might have been Mike Williams stepping on it, the other official.
I wonder if you heard Mike Williams goes, I'm not on your foot. Once again, Rappa using that speed. Can he finish it though?
Well, this is the point right here. Shields knows he's wrestled him before. He knows what to expect, and every time Rappa has gotten in deep, Shields has fought him off.
Shields lost last year in the consolation at 152. Rappa last year wrestled 130 with a 9-2 winner over Dan Pernew. He was a district champ tonight. Just joining us, we start at 103, we're at 152, and Clearview's won 3 championships so far.
Three championships and more on the horizon. A little bit of a testament to Keith Moreland, who coached on the college level at one time at West Virginia. No, Virginia Tech.
You tell me.
Virginia Tech, I believe. I don't think that was down on his bio sheet. Oh. But he did coach on the college level.
No score. 6 seconds left, first period.
Shields not backing off. He was the aggressor.
Let's go back to that match at 145, Oach.
Back to 145 pounds. Here it is. Gets in deep on the legs. Drives forward. Still nothing yet because of the overhook in there. But he's just going to keep driving right around. And when he drives right around, now he has the takedown. Agonizing loss for Tyree Ellis.
Triumphant win
for
Skrabinski.
Got locking hands plus an escape, so that's going to be 1-1.
2-0 for Rappa.
Great reactions out there from both wrestlers. Oh, nice dive for the ankle by Rappa. Now what can he do with it? Very good move. Back heel trip.
4-0 lead.
Takedown. A move made famous by John Smith, who was a outstanding collegiate wrestler for Oklahoma State and an Olympian.
She escaped, now 4-1.
Two-point takedown. Even though Shields completely out of bounds, Rappa was inbounds and didn't give it up.
Now 6-1.
And I think Rappa wants to cut him loose. More comfortable on his feet. But if you cut him loose,
you got to take him down.
Shields underhooked that one arm from Rappa to prevent that takedown attempt. Rappa trying to get inside. Another possible takedown.
They got it, 8-2. You know, last year, Vogt, there was a wrestler who won his district final 3-2 and still went on to win a state title, even though only won his district final 3-2. Zach Greenwald.
Yes.
You look puzzled there with that question.
Didn't know which way you were going.
Time running out the second. 8-2 lead Rapid.
Just looking back on the sheets of wrestlers from the past, that West Deptford and Jimmer Shields won a title in 67 and 68, and Mike Shields, who might be James's father, I
think it's his
nephew. He won a title in 1995.
I think Mike lives down the road from me, actually. 8-3 now. Another lets him go to start the third.
Very confident on his feet. Still not major decision territory. 8-3. He's only a 5-point lead. Oh my. Oh, great reaction by Shields to prevent that takedown.
There's a takedown, now 10-3.
And he's going to cut him loose. He's after the bonus points. 10-4. Oh my, oh my, oh my. At least a 2-2.
That was correct. 14-4, 14-5.
Cut him loose again. Shields has got to be saying, wait a minute now. What do I do to stop this? This is about the best that Demir Rappa has looked in a long time.
Oh, he had that big win against Haddonfield. With Dengler, who he beat?
Yes.
Dengler only had, I think, 3 losses going into that match.
Rappa looks very, very disciplined out there in this match.
Nothing there.
23 seconds left. Still with a 9-point lead. That's a bonus. Oh, nice duck under. Nice spin behind. When Rappa executes that and he cuts this man loose, Shields initiated that move.
16-6, under 10 seconds left.
Shields not backing off an inch. 3.5 seconds to go.
And that wraps it up. 16-6. Demir Rappa wins his second district title. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. And back 160 pounds, Anthony Dawson of Paulsboro, Connor Donahue of Clearview, Vogue.
Connor Donahue wrestled at St. Augustine last year. Originally from the Clearview area, went to St. Augustine, was a district champion and 4th in the region. He has a 15-2 record this year, a limited number of bouts because of the transfer rule. Had to sit out for a while. His losses this year to Steve Nelson and Jerry McElwee.
Nelson's a kid from Hannah Township, Vogue.
Yep, 43-10 is record in his 2 years. Anthony Dawson, a senior, 27-6 this year, 85-46 in his career. 1st in the district last year, 3rd in the district year before. So he's been there. A lot of quality losses this year, including an upsetting loss to Robert Schlitt of Haddonfield by fall in that dual meet, which was part of the 5 pins that Paulsboro gave up in losing to Haddonfield. Then when they come back and Paulsboro won, he lost by a decision to Schlitt. Also lost to Nelson of Haddon Township.
Coach, there we go. Take a look at the place winners from the 145.
Place winners from 145. 3rd place was Brett Carrera of Deptford. 2nd place was Tyree Ellis of Paulsboro. And the champion, exciting bouts in this semifinals and finals, George Skabinski of Clearview.
And I don't know what the procedure is for voting for the outstanding wrestler, but you know, with what Van Brill did today, was he pinning through the tournament?
And through the tournament.
And the way that Skabinski won his last 2 matches in the semifinals and finals.
Certainly have to be in strong consideration if people are looking at never saying die on the mat. That's why it's 6 hard minutes.
Dawson last year wrestled 140. He won that title just beating Sean Bonner 7-3. Bonner lost in the semifinals to Donahue 7-3, and then came back and advanced with a win in the Consies.
Dawson got this far with a 22nd fall over Michael Zelli of Gateway in his opening match, a 5:29 fall over Mike McKenney of Gloucester in the semifinals. Donahue a 103 fall in his first match against Ian McCorkle of Pittman, and then a 7-3 win over Sean Bonner of West Deptford. Sean Bonner come back with a fall in the consolation bout to finish 3rd.
And there's the escape 1-0 lead Dawson. Each of these schools are 3 district champs tonight. One of them will pick up their 4th.
And 1-0 will not be the final score. Mike Williams, the official in charge on the mat. Ron Roberts, the assistant. Dawson takes the shot. Donahue counters.
Stall warning against Donahue.
Dawson has to keeps being the aggressor. Tries to circle in on the leg. Donahue's sense of urgency now. He had that stalling warning, so he's going to be the aggressor.
Donahue only a sophomore. Look, Van Brill a freshman, Skabinski and Cornu juniors.
That bodes well for next year. 19.5 seconds left in this period.
We go to the 3rd. Of course, you said it will not finish 1-0. Donahue takes bottom.
Yeah, this will be a tall task to try and get a 2-minute ride here. I think you're going to see an escape. And then the all-important next points will be monumental.
And that's why the stall warning could come into play here.
Yep.
Donahue right to his feet, though.
Out of bounds they go. Talking to Dawson's dad during the intermission, and he said that...
Got to bring him down. There's the escape.
Yep.
1-1.
And he said that, you know, you go out there and give your best, and that's all you can ask for. Donahue keeps the pressure on here. I think you're going to see a stall warning. That's a good shot by Dawson. He got behind. Can he get him down? There's the 2. Big points. Big points. Dawson, the number 1 seed in this weight class. Donahue, the number 2 seed. Minute 15 is pretty tough to hold somebody for over a minute, as good as Donahue. Got an underhook in there on the one side. One minute even left in this regulation. I won't say the match because we certainly could see overtime.
Caution on Paulsboro. Carlson hit.
Well, that's the first caution. You can have another before you run into any kind of point problems.
Just gonna have to let him go or bring him back down, Coach.
Or try and trip. When you get to their feet like that, you got to try and trip them.
There's the warning.
Pretty quick.
I think he noticed that from the other times. Clearview was saying something.
Well, he may have to cut him loose here because
I'm thinking that same thing, Vogt, because you don't want to get hit with another stalling and then an escape, and you got a tie match.
Absolutely.
And you look at Donahue. He looks very strong.
Yes, he does. Dawson doing a great job of riding him, though. If he pulls that wrist through, it's under 30 seconds to go.
That's the first time they actually had a chance to break him down.
Oh my, broke him down well, and he's out perpendicular, he's not parallel. Donahue doing not much on the bottom, so great job by Dawson riding. That's a pretty quick out of bounds call. Compared to what I've seen during this tournament. Well, you get 10.8 remaining. You can afford an escape, but you can't afford a stalling point.
Yeah, you can't push him away and then back up.
Right.
There's the escape.
There's the escape.
Now you got to go at him. You can't keep backing up.
Well,
2 seconds.
But when he comes charging like that, you got to defend yourself. That doesn't. The best bet here is to get low. Good, turned into the center. Good win by Anthony Dawson. Huge win.
We'll take a look at the Paulsboro crowd. Obviously happy with the outcome there. 4th title for Paulsboro tonight.
In 3rd place.
Go to the place winners vote at what, 152?
152, 3rd place. Stamento Roe Akins of Clayton was 3rd. The runner-up from West Deptford was James Shields. And the champion from Paulsboro, Demir Rappa. Roe Akins won his 3rd place with a 12-7 win over Armando Viola of Pittman.
$171, Bonner Cosgrove.
Matt Cosgrove, a senior, 28-6 this year. 11 wins by fall. 89-48 in his career. 3rd in this district the last 2 years. 2nd in Region 8 last year. Rory Bonner, a sophomore from West Deptford. 22-7 this year. 30-12 in his 2-year career. One of the losses, he had this year was to Haley of Haddonfield, whom Cosgrove beat in that championship South Jersey Group 1 match.
Of course, these two guys wrestled back on the 31st of January, a 4-3 win for Cosgrove. Cosgrove last year finishing third.
Third in the district, but second in the region. Cosgrove seems to be refocused. There was a point midway through the season when he seemed to lose his focus a little bit. But more recently, he seemed very focused.
Tennis ball loose on the mat. Nice job by Mike Williams and Bob Frederick. Sure it wasn't any of the Paulsbrook kids throwing that ball on the mat, Coach.
Well, I don't know who it was. I didn't catch that part, but there's a bunch of little kids sitting over there on the side.
Tied up, nothing so far.
Bob Frederick, you always can tell when he's a little bit irritated when that chin comes out. Yeah. Well, none of the wrestlers were playing tennis at that point.
Cosgrove trying to get on that leg.
Get in on the single on the outside. He's got to move up. There you go. Move right up.
Right at the end. Now you want to keep your man down. Of course, if you're Bonner, this is a big point to get.
Yes, yes. You don't want to give up a point in the last 4 or 5 seconds of a bout. Good job by Cosgrove.
Last year, Vogt, Cosgrove won. We talked about this. He finished third. He won his Consi 10-2. You know who he beat? Daniel Eckley of West Deptford at 160. Eckley went 145 this year.
Yep.
You don't see that too often.
No. You'll see wrestlers go down maybe one weight class, but to drop down a couple weight classes, that must have meant he was up a weight class or two last year because of the team makeup.
Maybe.
Here again, Cosgrove has to be the aggressor.
He has the 2-1 lead.
He's going to try and control the head if they go down on the mat and spin behind. Otherwise, he's got to go under those outstretched arms, get in on the legs. Almost had it that time.
A lot of wins right there, Vogt. Steve Anishevsky giving Paul Marina his Coach of the Year trophy plaque for winning the District 29 Coach of the Year for the what time? How many times?
Quite a few times. And of course, that's voted on by the coaches.
Right. Cosgrove trying to finish this one. And he got it.
There it is.
4-1.
Good move on Cosgrove's part. He spent a lot of time on the wrestling mat last summer. Went to a lot of off-season tournaments. He and Dawson both. And it pays off in the long run.
Bonner wants to get out here. Cut this lead in half. Cosgrove, nice job, holds on 4-2. We go to the third. 4-1, we go to the third.
4-1. And you saw there when Bonner got to his feet, instead of trying to get behind him and try and trip him to get him down, just drop down on the leg and shoot him for a leg, and that's not going to get the other guy a stalling call. There are ways to stall legally.
Then it's not stalling.
No, it's not.
You're not stalling legally. But I know what you're saying, Bo. Just trying to give you a hard time. 4-1 lead. Third period. Cosgrove getting in on that leg again. A little harder to get the takedown at this time from this position, I think.
Yes, but he's staying in on the legs. Now he's going to the single leg. Pretty soon that could be a stalemate.
I'm thinking worst case, hey, he just knocked off 15, 20 seconds off the clock.
Yes. That's pretty much a stalemate.
There it is.
Under a minute to go.
Picks that leg again, so I can't finish it.
Down the stretch, inside 30 seconds. Cosgrove trying to spin around. If he grabs that ankle and keeps spinning. Great job by Bonner blocking him.
Cosgrove picking up at the clock. See, 8 seconds. He has a 4-1 lead. And he's going to take this one to a District 29 championship, his first one. Fifth one for Paulsboro tonight. 4-1 win for Cosgrove.
Great job by Matt Cosgrove.
Champion 171, Matt Cosgrove, Paulsboro. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the awards. And 100.
So the awards here at 160. Vogue.
160 pounds. Third place, Sean Bonner, the brother of Rory, who we just saw wrestle. The runner-up at 160 pounds from Clearview Regional, Connor Donahue. And the champion from Paulsboro, the number 1 seed, Anthony Dawson.
And for Dawson, his second championship in District 29.
For Paulsboro High School, Anthony Dawson.
Trying to get the jacket on.
Yep, and it looks like we're missing a wrestler there. The second place.
Donahue.
Connor Donahue decided not to show up to get his medal.
Okay, Village, we get ready. There's Donahue,
Just making it over there.
And expect to see Donahue in the regions.
Oh, we'll see him in the regions.
Advance, absolutely.
And he can well place in the regions.
Absolutely. 189, Eric McMullen of Paulsboro. Will Chiaffi of Pittman.
McMullen, the number 1 seed, 28-3 this year. He lost to a wrestler from Franklin early in the year up in the Mustang Classic at Brick Memorial.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Shades of the Haddonfield match.
Yep. Lost to a wrestler from Parkland and a wrestler from Delaware Valley over at the Council Rock tournament. So only one loss in New Jersey, and that was to a wrestler from Franklin in the Mustang Classic. 15 falls this year, 1 tech fall. 42 and 24 in his career because he started as a freshman.
And went 14 and 21. Took his lumps as a freshman.
Yes,
Coach,
he did.
And then he had that football injury and missed the entire season last year.
Everybody kept asking him when he was going to be on the mat, and he kept hoping that the doctor would give him clearance before the year was over. Never got it.
2-1, Chiaffi with the escape.
Will Chiaffi, son of the coach from Pittman High School, a sophomore. 29 and 3 this year, 51 and 12 in his 2-year career. Third in the districts last year. An outstanding competitor in football and track. McMullen on a mission. McMullen, a linebacker this last year. In fact, I think he and Tyree Ellis were linebackers on the Red Raider football team.
That finished runner-up. Was it runner-up to Glassboro, Coach?
Yes. Lost and of course, Herb Nealio, who coached that team, has resigned.
Saw that.
After, what, 9 years as the head coach?
You know, Bud, you coach. Coaching takes a lot of time.
Oh, yeah, especially nowadays. You know, and years ago, it was a little bit easier to coach because the kids wanted to play. They wanted to be a part of it. And now there are so many distractions. Potentially dangerous call on the chicken wing. You get that chicken wing on there, but you have to keep it against the body.
And with a little hot sauce. Oh, something different.
Oh.
Wings.
Wings.
Yeah. Talking to a guy who haven't had anything to eat all day. Lost power twice at the house. Right before I left to come here for the semis, power went out. And it was back, I think it came back at 1. And then I got home about 1:30, and 10 minutes later, boom, out again.
Oh, my.
Just heard from my wife it's back.
That's good news.
Yeah. So 4-1 lead for McMullen. Not that anybody cares, but I figure I'd vent because I haven't eaten all day.
We had great hot dogs here. They were huge.
I don't think I've had a hot dog, Coach, in about 25, 30 years. 4-1, we head to the second. When you look at a kid like Chiaffi, when you see a kid who's a sophomore with 27 wins, only 3 losses, that bodes well. I mean, that's because you're usually wrestling upperclassmen.
Yes, and you're wrestling in an upper weight. So it's not like you're wrestling freshmen and sophomores. You're right. You're usually wrestling juniors and seniors.
That freestyle start. Going to give up a point. Now 5-1.
Notice the officials this year have numbers on their backs. And the purpose of that is that there are a series of evaluators around the state who are starting to evaluate these officials on their strengths and weaknesses. And it'll have a bearing on whether they get districts or regionals or states next year.
So somebody in here is lurking around critiquing the officials?
Yes.
Wow, look at that
nice
quick
spin
move.
behind. My goodness. At his speed.
Halfway through this one, just about 7-1 McMullen. I believe McMullen's freshman year, wasn't he like a 40, 45 pounder?
35 or 40, I believe, yeah. And of course, he was questioning why that was stopped as potentially dangerous. And Buddy Treen, the referee, tried to explain to him that when you get that chicken wing on there, that you have to keep it against the body, and if you start to drive it and it gets away from the body, you have to break it. McMullen in complete control.
Of course, McMullen had that big win this year against Haddonfield. They ended up losing the match, but I think that's when everybody started to take notice.
Yes.
Beating Carson Stack, who at the time was undefeated.
Yes, he was.
Maybe his only loss to this point.
Yeah, it was. In fact, this Carson Stack, when into the district tournament, was just that one loss. And I think that was a big confidence builder for McMullen.
Pittman sending 3 to the finals. We'll see another Pittman wrestler. Curtis Nealrod, 215.
In 1982, Bill Chiaffi, the coach in the corner, was a district champion at 170 pounds. And of course, last year, Sam Laspada was inducted in the South Jersey Wrestling Hall of Fame. And there's Chiaffi on the right. And Laspada credited Chiaffi for doing a lot for him when they were wrestlers in high school.
Spada, last state champion out of Glassboro High School. Two back points and now maybe an escape and a neutral, so it's now 9-2 in favor of McMullen.
And Chiaffi is not quitting out there.
9-4. It's a stall warning against McMullen. McMullen came out right away with the big throw.
Yep. Chiaffi was not intimidated.
We have a question over on the
Coach Chiaffi. Well, there's times when it would be nice if we had the mic over there.
4 officials.
Yeah. Wait a minute, now we can't afford the 4 body mics?
Sure. Give me some money.
.104 left in the match. McMullen up to his feet. And the bounds they go. Another freestyle start indicated by Chiaffi.
And there's the escape, now 10-4. We go back to the middle, still 10-4.
Yep. Double leg takedown that would have worked had he had more mat space. Chiaffi goes in low and McMullen counters it, spins behind, gets the takedown. Now has a major decision if he does not give up an escape. In the last 20 seconds of the match. 12-4 the score.
And that's what it's going to end up. It looks like Vogue's 12-4 final. So McMullen wins his first district title.
The award is 171. In third place.
Let's go see the award winners at 171.
At 171 pounds. Third place was Andrew Hughes of Clearview Regional. Second place going to Rory Bonner of West Deptford. And the champion from Paulsboro High School will be Matt Cosgrove.
And the 2011 District 29 champion at 171 pounds from Paulsboro High School, Matt Cosgrove.
And there we see the 3 place winners. Of course, if one of these guys misses weight, 4th place finisher can go to regions, right?
Absolutely, and all the coaches were reminded of that in the coaches meeting before the finals.
Because I think if I lost earlier or in the contests, man, I'd be right to the nearest fast food restaurant or pizza place.
Well, they only have a couple more days to hold it.
There's Dan Garwood, Vogue, 30-1. He's at 215. Curtis Nealer, so the top 2 seeds. This falls into place.
Number 1 against number 2. Garwood advanced by a forfeit in the very first round. Then he advanced in the second round over Snow of West Deptford. Nealer had a 31-second fall in the first match and a 4-3 overtime win over Jordan Murray of Clayton, the number 3 seed. So 1 versus 2, and of course Murray came back and won by a point over Brian Snow of West Deptford, 4-3, to win his title. Garwood on a mission.
Last year was at heavyweight, finished 3rd.
Garwood, a senior, has only lost this year to Baumgartner of
It was a heavyweight, actually, I think. for
St. Augustine. He probably bumped up to wrestle heavyweight in that match.
Checking that out right now.
60 wins in his career. 3rd in the districts last year, 3rd in the districts, or 3rd in the region last year. Curtis Nealer, a junior, 27-6 this year. 43 wins in his career. Participates in football and track.
Yep, he went up to heavyweight, lost a 3-0 decision, so that's not too bad. Baumgartner's considered one of the best in the region at heavyweight.
Yes, yes. Probably going to be your regional champion. Clearview's done very well in this tournament. 3 champions so far, going for their 4th. Of course, Paulsboro virtually had the team title locked up going into this finals round. They had 229 points to 156 for West Deptford. Paulsboro now up to 258.5 points.
Stall warning on Nealer.
With 1 match to go.
Clearview looking for their 4th title.
You know, interestingly, the coaches in this district tournament who have etched their name in the 100-win club or the Century Club, Paul Marina leading the way with 529 wins against 30 losses and 4 ties.
3-0 Garwood. He's looking for another takedown, and he gets too quick, huh, Vogt? I can never be an official. There it is, 5-0.
Dan Antonelli of Clayton went over the 200-win mark this year. Pretty remarkable for tiny Clayton, which is now a co-op program with Glassboro.
It's a lot of wins. I wonder what coach in football has the most wins in Gloucester County? Or what team, what program? Maybe Paulsboro did 1,000 wins in wrestling. I wonder how many wins, what the winningest football team is in the area, in Gloucester County.
We'll get Cupsey working on that. He has a book with all the records.
Could be Glassboro, could be Woodbury, Paulsboro. You would think it's one of those 3. They've been around longer.
Yeah. At one time, Paulsboro, I think, was right up there near the top with the Millvilles and the Vinelands and the Collingswoods. Joe Hollywood, 138 wins in his coaching career. Bill Lucas, who's stepping down at Gloucester Catholic, 129 coaching wins.
Oh, look out, Vogt, look out.
Oh, my.
Garwood just looks in complete control. He's strong. This is a great weight class for him.
Yes.
I'd love to see him matched up against Stack. There it is.
Oh, my.
How about Clearview? 4 district champs out of 5 in the final.
3 minutes and 24 seconds. Time of that fall.
What was that again? 4 what?
3 minutes and 24 seconds.
3:24.
The awards in 189. In 3rd place from Clayton High School, Michael.
189-pound medal winners from Clayton High School. Michael Robinson was 3rd with a 3-2 ultimate tiebreaker ride out over Ryan Casey of Gloucester Catholic. 2nd place went to Bill Chiaffi of Pittman. And the champion from Paulsboro, Eric McMullen.
Heavyweight rematch of last year's final.
Yep.
Rementer and Curl. Rementer has just one loss, and that was to Devontae Jones of Burlington City.
Right.
Lost last year 3-2 to Curl in the finals at District 29.
Only a junior, too, at Clayton. 62 career wins. As you mentioned, second to Curl last year in District 29. Curl 27-6 this year. Lost to Bill Smith of High Point, Kyle Lloyd of Kingsway early in the season. A wrestler from Father Judge, Baumgartner from St. Augustine. The wrestler from Pennsville. And the 215-pounder from Haddonfield, who moved up.
Wrong.
Yes, Chris Rom. 15 falls for Curl this year. 88 career wins against 26 losses. First in the district last year, second in the region.
Of course, missed some time due to injury. He'd probably have 100.
Oh, easily, easily. His freshman year and his sophomore year, both. He got hurt. And this is what Rementer is banking on here, and that's utilizing his athletic ability and trying to use his speed. Paulsboro has won 57 district team titles heading into this year's tournament. So the win this evening is going to be number 58. Now, of course, that includes what was known as District 4 back in the early days when we all thought in Paulsboro that it was the South Jersey Championship. It was technically District 4. So from District 4, District 7, District 8, District 15, District 30 or 29, all those things taken into consideration. 58th team district title for Paulsboro.
Scoreless as we go into the second. Of course, Clayton, a co-op program with Glassboro.
Yes.
So when you check back at the champs, how do you break that down, Coach? It goes as a Clayton champ?
Well, now you go
or is
to
that a separate?
Yeah, you go to the point where they became a co-op program. Prior to that, you had individual champions at Clayton and individual champions at Glassboro. Rementer on top, trying to ride. Actually, he's trying to set up a pin combination. Curl gets out.
1-0 Curl.
Of course, well documented by now. Nicky Curl, the younger brother of the outstanding heavyweight Tommy Curl, who won a couple state championships for Paulsboro and was a 4-year starter.
4-time district, 4-time region champ, I believe. 4-time state place winner.
Yes. Of course, immediately after this bout is over, they'll have the medal presentation for 215. And then following that, the medal presentation for 285. Then the 14 champions will come on the mat and they'll present the Outstanding Wrestler Award, followed by the team championship once the 14 individuals are honored.
And we're going to stay up, by the way, for that. We'll stay up and see the award presentations at 215 and heavyweight, and then we'll take a break and come back and play it from here. Play it by ear. 3-2 last year, so once again, sort of like the same story. Mentor trying to get that takedown though, trying to grab onto that leg, and Curl just holding down and grabbing the neck.
This one could be headed for overtime. By the way, a great tournament here at Gloucester County College. Again, they're so fortunate to have the college make this arena available, and they spent a lot of money on interior work last year, the locker rooms and everything. Ron Case, the athletic director here.
And you see their spots, commercials throughout the match.
Yes. Fred Schwartz working part-time here. Bob Frederick, Wayne Rochelle.
There you go, we're tied at 1.
Got out pretty quick, and he's got a death grip on that head.
Takedown would be huge for Mentor or Curl here, either one.
Either one. Either one, it will decide the match. And this is where you have to have confidence in your moves on your feet. Pretty much what was expected. We're down to the final minute of regulation.
Curl taking a shot, and he's got to watch out. Remender doing a nice job, fights that one off.
Yep. And Curl's head is down, so this could be a tough situation. Remender swinging around, grabbing the leg. Out of bounds they go. Dan Antonelli in the corner along with Frankie Damager. Coaching Remender. Well, the first point scored in this match is going to be huge if they go all the way to the ultimate tiebreaker. Going to have injury time here.
Give us one more time, Votes, to thank the South Jersey Wrestling Hall of Fame. They helped us out throughout the season. We have one more match to go. That's Regions next week. Thanks to them. And once again, we give you a chance to talk about that great organization.
Been going for over 30 years now, and we've inducted over 200 outstanding people from South Jersey, coaches, officials, contributors. And have a golf tournament to sponsor to raise funds for the scholarships. Also have a JV tournament we were a part of this year at Hamilton High School. And of course a great dinner every year in the first week in November, where we honor another class, 7 great individuals this last year.
Usually get my flounder that day, Voch.
Yes. And it's quite a tribute to all those who have been part of the wrestling scene all these years.
Okay. We're doing overtime because you called it.
0-0 after regulation.
So far, just 4 different schools winning district titles. Clayton trying to be the 5th. Paulsboro was 6, Clearview 4, West Deptford 2, Deptford 1.
And this is the 1-minute sudden death period or sudden victory period, because if a point is scored in this period, that will end the match. If no point is scored, it'll go to 2 30-second overtime periods. And the only thing that would stop it in overtime, the 30-second overtime periods, is a fall. And of course, if they're still tied after those 3 overtime periods, it would go to the ultimate tiebreaker.
And Pearl has the first points. So he'll have choice in that if it gets down to that.
Yeah, he would have choice. And that's one of his first losses this year. He lost to a wrestler from Kingsway on the ultimate tiebreaker. In overtime, he had to ride the wrestler out and could not ride him for 30 seconds and ended up losing by a point.
We're going to continue to wrestle. Remember, even if the wrestler escapes, you still got to wrestle to 30 seconds.
I don't know whether Curl tweaked his knee or whether he has a cramp. It looks like he's cramping a little bit in his leg. And if Curl's leg is hurting, it's going to be tough for him to get off the bottom.
Caution on the mentor. Checking to see how many cautions. What?
No, I think that we've got to go back to 30 seconds.
And they said it.
Yeah, it was 28-8 when the caution was called. There's a stall warning for not taking a man to the mat.
Pearl gets a
reversal.
2.
Big 2 points. Still have to go to the other 30-second period, though.
He is hurting there, Vogue. And a stall warning.
So it's 3-1 if Curl can, well, it's going to be tough for him to ride him for 30 seconds. But if he gives up the escape, then he just can't be taken down. Reaches back, grabs the ankle. He'll have to do it again for 30 seconds.
Why not take injury time here?
Well, because it's a cumulative, and if you take your injury time, the second injury time out, the Clayton wrestler would get the choice of position.
But he's going to take bottom anyway. Let me repeat, why not take injury time here? Anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, well, there's the escape.
It's now 3-2, so Rementor needs a takedown.
Yep.
And Curl, I don't think, has been hit with a stall, right?
I don't think he has a stall warning.
Remember last year's final votes, 3-2, Curl. Yep. Rementor trying to hook that leg. Curl cannot look up at that clock and forget where he is on the mat. Almost did there.
Very gutty performance by Curl because he's hurting. You can tell he's hurting.
Rementor hit on that leg. Can he finish? No. And Nick Curl's going to win his second district championship against Rementor. Both times, tight matches.
Wow.
Could have gone either way. 3-2 in overtime. Nick Curl wins. Paulsboro wins their 7th title tonight.
Wow.
3-2 overtime win for Nick Curl. And we're going to go see the medal presentation at 2:15, and then heavyweight. And what do we got, Vogue, at 2:15?
215 pounds. The third place medalist was Jordan Murray of Clayton. So that's a third place from a Clayton wrestler. Second place went to Curtis Nealer of Pittman. And the champion, Dan Garwood of Clearview.
For Pittman High School, Curtis Nealer. And the 2011 District 29 champion.
And there's Garwood. Man, he looks impressive at 2:15.
Very impressive.
Really impressed. Obviously, we talk about Paulsboro all the time, but tonight I got to tell you, Clearview really impressed me.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And I knew coming in they would be impressive. Ended up with 4 champions, 156 points. I don't think that was enough to overcome West Deptford. West Deptford will finish second, and Paulsboro won first place easily.
Trying to look at, here's the heavyweights. We'll check out the award winners at heavyweight.
285 pounds. In third place, from Deptford High School.
Third place
Hayes.
at 285 pounds, Mike Hayes of Deptford High School. The runner-up from Clayton High School, Tom Rementer, only his second loss of the year. And the champion, a second year in a row, from Paulsboro, Tom Curl.
Nick Curl.
I'm sorry, Nick
Listen
Curl.
to me, as somebody,
Freudian slip.
somebody who's a little brother, we're tired of being called by our brother's name. Okay, we're going to take a break, come back, and we'll interview the outstanding wrestler of this tournament. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Back at Gloucester County College, where Paulsboro captures another team championship in District 29, but we have dual outstanding wrestlers, Voj, and you've been around this tournament a long time. Have you ever seen such a thing?
The first time I can remember it. Maybe it has. My memory's getting dwindling after all these years, but truly outstanding performances by both, and very, very deserving.
Yeah, we talked about this the whole match. We were saying it had to be one of these two and ended up being both. I'm going to start off with George Skabinski. George, I watched you wrestle in the semifinals. I think it was overtime, right? Yeah. 5 seconds left. You guys restarted. You're down by a point, but you got that late takedown. Talk about that match, and then we'll go to the final.
Well, I don't really know.
Well, you obviously didn't quit, so, I mean, obviously you still thought you had a shot.
Yeah, coaches just told me to go at him. There's only a few seconds left and just go at him, so that's all I really did.
What went through your mind in the match today? I think Ellis actually had a stall warning, so you knew he couldn't run from you, and then you got that takedown late on him. Talk about that.
Well, my one coach said, do 2 shots at once, not just doing one and reaching, so I just committed towards the first shot and tried to finish that one.
How about talk about the team? Because Clearview, you guys had 5 or 6 pretty good wrestlers this year. Looks like you guys are starting to come around. A lot of you guys are back, a lot of youth.
Yeah, we definitely got a lot better this year. Like, our coaches helped us out through the whole year, got us a lot better.
What's it like in the practice room? Because I see names like Tomasetti and Cartella, Eisenhart, and of course Moreland. I mean, you have some pretty good coaches in the room.
Yeah, they drill us really hard every day. We never get a break, really.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your night. Voj, take it away.
This is John Van Brill, and I go back a long, long time ago with the Van Brill name when his Uncle Hans and Uncle Bobby all wrestled. And this is certainly an outstanding moment because he's a freshman. And when I saw him wrestle against Toms River East, I walked away that night saying, hey, this kid is for real. 1 loss this year, may be able to avenge it down in Region 8, but the loss was to Henley, right?
Correct.
In the Tri-County Conference tournament. And I'll tell you what, Henley better be ready because next time it could be different.
Let me ask a question. John, talk about, you came in as a freshman, obviously a lot of pressure when your name's Van Brill, but did you think you'd have this much success, and did you have any goals coming into the season?
I knew I'd be able to do good, and I just wanted to get as best as I could, place high in states, and just try to do my best.
What's it like? I mean, do you wrestle year-round? Do you do anything, participate in any other sports, or how often do you wrestle in the off-season?
I wrestle a lot in the off-season. I go to practice like at least once a week. But yeah, I played football, I used to play baseball, I played everything.
How about wrestling at home? I mean, your dad was a pretty good wrestler. I don't know if you remember, Voj, but we used to cover his dad when his dad wrestled. And that was a pretty good weight class. I think he was in a weight class with Suter and Tirado back then. But your dad ever talk about how great of an athlete he was? Because he was also a pretty good soccer player.
He always tells me how all he can think about is that loss against Tirado in overtime. He hates talking about it, but I always bring it up.
Well, you got another couple weeks yet, Voj.
And what's it like in the practice room? Now, as John said there, you have a lot of guys coming back for next year. I think Gar was the only one that was here that's not going to be back of the champions.
Yeah.
But what's it like in the locker room? And then wrestling room.
Wrestling room's crazy. Every every time you go to somebody and you're trying to beat them, once you get to that point, there's somebody better. And you're always working hard to get it.
Well, John, I'm sure we're going to see you a few more times before it's all said and done. Good luck next week.
Hey, we're going to see you down at Region 8. Hope to see you in the finals.
Okay, Voj. Drew Spector, West Effort wins his third. Clearview made some noise, but once again, when it's all said and done, Paulsboro High School another team championship.
Yeah, and it's just remarkable. You look back midway through the year, and there was some doubt whether they could pull it together. They pulled it together. They won another South Jersey Group 1 championship, another state championship, another district championship. Big credit to their program.
Well, things look good. As I said, Deptford had a champ. And on the team side, look for West Deptford to come back in Group 2 next year. And then, of course, Clearview made some noise, made the playoffs, so maybe we can see them in Group 4 next year. We got to wrap things up. We're going to be at Egg Harbor next weekend for the regions. For John Vogel and the entire crew, I'm John Mondelli. We'll see you next time.